Well, what we didn't talk about there was something that Lord Mandelson talked about in his speech. It was more, of course, on the extension, really, of the government's car scrappage scheme. It's been a very popular scheme. Lord Mandelson was underlining that for us earlier on. And we're joined now by Tony Whitehorn, who is the Managing Director of Hyundai UK, one of the companies that's benefited from that scheme. He's joining us from a Hyundai dealership in Hendon, in North London. Mr. Whitehorn, it's very good of you to join us, and everyone here in Brighton is waiting to hear what you've got to say, really, about the extension of the scheme itself.
OK, I have to say it's been really good. It's been really good news for the industry itself. Last month, the industry was up 6%. If you didn't have scrappage, the industry would actually be down 21%. It's really good news for employment. We at Hyundai have actually taken on 20% more employees because of scrappage. And thirdly, it's really good for the consumers. So many more customers now can go away driving brand new cars. And I have to say, without scrappage, they would not have been in that position.
And when you see the extension today, the terms of the extension, is it extensive enough?
I think that it's a step in the right direction. It certainly enables people to have a little bit more confidence exactly as to what is going to happen in the short term. That therefore takes us right up to around about February time, and therefore people who are thinking about changing have some indication as to when they can change. So yes, it gives some certainty to consumers, it gives some certainty as well to the industry. So this is good news to the consumers and the industry and employment. So yes, it's been a good announcement for us today.
Well, at some point, of course, Tony, it's got to come to an end, and I'm just wondering at what point the car industry decides it no longer needs to rely on this.
I think that's a very good point. I think, however, what the government have done is that with the scrappage scheme, they have made the recession side of the industry a little shallower than it would have been otherwise. We have heard that there are signs of the economy perhaps moving out of this recession, and by the time that scrappage scheme comes to an end, we are therefore hoping that we will see many more private customers coming back into our showroom like we are at Hyundai, and therefore that will enable people to buy cars in a more stable environment.
Where would the industry be today, and your business be today, if this scrappage scheme hadn't actually come into existence?
Well, again, I think that's a very searching question. At the beginning of the year, the first 3 months of the year, without scrappage scheme, the actual industry was down 30%. So that gives you some idea as to the impact and the fragility of the industry. However, with scrappage scheme, we have seen 2 months, that's July and August, both of those 2 months, we as an industry have enjoyed a growth. And I have to say that is entirely down to the scrappage scheme itself.
Tony Whitehorn, good of you to join us. Thank you very much for your views on that. Tony Whitehorn there, Managing Director of Hyundai UK, joining us from one of their dealerships in Hendon in North London.